Hello, and welcome to the Courtesy Flush.
Hi there.
Joining us is Mr. Goat, who is over on my left, which you'll see here in a moment, because I gotta move the screen over. Oh, that's another one. Oh, these are all totally different things. Hold on. There we are.
It's almost like we haven't streamed in a while.
I haven't streamed in here in a while, yeah.
It's almost like we're doing what we should be doing all along.
And right over to my right is Mr. Tex, who's got his computer open, and he is seeing things.
The stream.
Yeah, and I don't have access to the chat now because it just closed, but whatever. I'm sure something's out there.
Don't worry.
Beings and creatures alike.
I will read what people say.
Yeah.
And I will see what people say, and we will talk.
Amazing.
This is how it works. So what we're doing now, if you guys don't remember the last Fallout stream, well, don't worry. Attempt number 3.
Yeah, they talked me back into trying it again.
Yep. So the way we're going to do this is, well, go ahead and launch it. You have to double click. It's like a double click, like a tap, like a double.
I know.
It's 1, 2.
You need to select it, and then
Wait. We have to. Oh God. Oh
skip
no.
it.
No. Skip. Yeah. No.
Bezos. I'll stream for just a moment.
In my imagination, we'll make that moment last. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Bezos. He's gonna fuck us up for $5 forever. Fuck that bald fuck. Anyways, now that this is unmonetized, here we go.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
Oh, fuck. We're starting over from scratch.
Dude, we have to start over from fucking scratch. We have to rescrombulate our approach. Yeah.
All right.
And the reason why is because...
Look, nice couch? Fuck yeah, it's a nice couch. Let me tell you about a nice couch. Let me tell you why this is a nice couch. I make terrible financial decisions my whole fucking life, but I have one I am proud of, and it's this fucking couch. God bless America.
Scromble. Fuck's it. Fuck.
What?
Scrombles. What?
Having a little bit of problem there, Goat. That's a 6.
I've hit an O.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't read O's, man.
What?
Scrombles is now taking over the keyboard.
Scrombles. 6 O's be
Who cares? Yeah. What if you hit 6?
That's a good question.
6.
All right. You know what?
Let me try hitting FN. Nope.
Yeah, I just decided that 6 is...
Hey, dude, that's how they spelled his name at home.
Scrombles 2.
T.O. Scrombles 2.
Yes.
That is most accurate. Thank you. All right, now, Scrombles 2? Good.
Scrombles toe. All right, so we're going to
Scrombles toe. Scrombles toe.
Scrombolta.
All right.
Scrombolta. My name is Scrombolta.
Scrambles.
Yeah, see? Yeah, here we go. The saga continues. Look, for people who've been around for a while, they'll know that we come together and we built... Well, we did Scrombles 1, which, if you've never watched, is pretty much the Chad way of beating Fallout 1, where you go in, you wire up a nuclear weapon despite being a moron, you destroy the base, you explain nothing, and you
refuse to elaborate.
Refuses to elaborate, destroys the universe. So we got that. We had a bit of a few false starts. The ghost of Louis Armstrong killed us. That was pretty bad.
That was early on, where it was just like we were streaming like normal, and we thought, oh well, the game's title saved on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
And then when we streamed it, it still dinged us. What's the point in putting a title in there if you're not going to use it to block bots? I'm assuming it's because that would be a way to upload the song without it, because it's like, oh, I'll just upload the full song. But who cares? Who cares?
Hola, Jack.
Let them upload the whole song. Who cares?
Orale, como?
So we're not going to do pure punch. I'm not as Chad of a Fallout player as Tex.
Oh, listen, you can play it however you want. I just want to say, for the record, I did the hardest way. However, this is Son of Scrombles. Not everyone follows exactly in their father's footprints.
Scrombles have technology.
Maybe some. Maybe he's got a foot in both worlds.
Scromble no talk to doctors, so Scromble own doctor. Scrombles too. Yeah. Crippled limbs. That's right.
Oh, okay.
And then Scrombles 25.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's fun. Somehow funnier if he's like 30 something, but we'll leave it at 25. All right. And no traits. None of them really help.
They're not great.
No.
No, if you get gifted, but we're not smart enough to be gifted.
So, well, I just want to say for the fucking record, like, if you want to do the dumbest playthrough ever of any game, Fallout 1 is fun as one end. I did that on the Scrombles 1 run. You guys were here for that. But the one that is the dumbest, bestest one is not in Fallout 1 or Fallout 2. There's some dumb stuff in Fallout 2 that's hilarious, but the bestest, dumbest one is in Arcanum.
Nice bong, Grandma.
Fuck yeah. You gotta
Yeah.
I need to consult the spirits. Oh, yeah, the spirits. The spirits, man. I
Yes.
see. Oh, the goats. Oh, so many goats in the future. There's like children shit.
They're all skinny.
I gotta consult the spirit base.
Yeah, they're skinny because you keep getting the munchies and eating all the food, Grandma.
Hold on. I gotta take another hit off the spirit base. Hold on. I'm gonna see some other things.
No wonder you have a cataract.
Don't worry, man. It's just the spirit vapors. Yeah, there's a briefcase full of lights and tubes.
Just screw some gears on it and call
Don't
it
worry, there's just a briefcase
Bong.
of lights and tubes, bro. It's out there. Hold on. She does look enormously high.
She does.
She's probably like hopped up on healing powder due to the arthritis.
Hey, oh, thank
Oh,
you.
hey, Spaz. Thanks for the courtesy.
Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's really funny?
What's that?
What?
We are a barely functional agrarian society with nothing, but we can build this giant tomb of the ancients with control doors in it. But we don't live in her to use it to store food. We use it to have gladiator combat.
Yeah, 'cause
I wonder why we're in fucking trouble, Goat.
Scrombles.
We need a briefcase from the past to provide the future, or maybe irrigation. One of these two things might provide a future. If you depend on future briefcase, you're in trouble.
This Scrombles talk to.
Oh, yeah, we already talked to this guy.
Migo.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick up from where we left off, which was at the very beginning of the game and totally not the playthrough that you saw in the previous episodes.
Well, of course, but I just want to say that, like, you know, this is a fresh start. It's nice.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, I'm reading, I'm trying to, you know, talk about, you know, what chat wants to talk about. And yeah, I'm not judging anyone in the apocalypse, Mike. Like, if someone wants to get fucking baked in the apocalypse, cool. Like, you know, what else is there to do?
What? I never said anything against that.
No, someone in chat. We're talking about
okay.
chat here. It's like, some people are going like, hey, I'd get stoned in the apocalypse too. And I'm like, right on. I mean, it's that or start a cult, right? Because you have a lot of free time in the apocalypse.
Well, there's another option you can do in the apocalypse.
What?
Which is don't.
What, don't apocalypse?
Yeah, don't.
Listen, there are too many cons.
This apocalypse is really convenient.
There are too many cons to not have an apocalypse. Listen, let me give you one. Let me give you one that will make you go, I love the apocalypse. All right, you ready, Mike?
No. Let's go.
Less traffic.
No, here's a problem though, is that during the apocalypse, all the highways are going to be fucked because everyone tried to drive away.
Yes. You've played Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Yes. What do you do when there are no traffic laws, Goat?
Thanks for the courtesy, Pharisee.
You push the cars into the off to the side of the road.
Oh no, and then you build Killdozer, and everyone can have their own Killdozer. I believe in this, America. I want tank knights. This is how it starts.
But yes, we restarted it because I decided to actually switch it to a different computer, so it will stop crashing on us, hopefully.
No, Mike did a wonderful job. We're restarting, fresh start, fresh vibes, positive energy. Positive energy. So look, here's my gripe with this post-apocalyptic thing. Now, I'm not like a great consultant or anything, but I'm gonna say this. You have a complex, sealed door environment made out of good stone within a mountain in a post-apocalypse, and you're like, we are suffering. We don't have enough corn dogs. And I'm like, listen here, Idiocracy. quit taking rips off the china bong that you have made out of fine bone china, and just get out there and go do stuff. Like, irrigate.
To be fair, the
Irrigate.
Temple of Trials was something that some suit wanted them to add at the last second.
I get you, but I'm just saying it makes me have no sympathy for these people because
Yeah, well, they got a Diablo tomb right in their backyard.
Sure, I get it's the demo. I understand it's the idea. You show a demo idea, but when you add stuff like this into a game in context, this area makes you have no sympathy for these people because you're like, well, wait, are you wastefully sending me out? And if your last experience in this game is the end of the first one where you were wastefully sent out, you go, oh my God, these people are stupid. And then when bad stuff happens to them later, spoilers, you go, you know what I mean? When you should go, oh no, grandma. That's what I mean. You should want to help these people.
Yeah, no, but these people are stupid. Who was their founder?
Scrombles.
Yeah. You think all the fucking smart people left the vault to go with Scrombles? No, it was whole Scrombles buddy.
Okay.
Scorpion!
Hold on. We got a good question from the fan base. Caleb's Riverboat Jamboree. Okay, here's a question I want to send to the podcast. You want to make your own Apocalypse Gang. What is your game's theme and shtick? What is your theme and shtick?
If I was to do what?
Post-Apocalypse Gang, man.
Like your version of the Tunnel Snakes.
Yeah, I'll read the other side of chat because I'm going back and forth. So don't worry, we'll answer their questions next. So here's my idea for a gimmick. Here's my idea. I would do like gentlemen. I would do like Victorian.
Yes.
So I'd be the gentleman. Like everyone has top hats, but it would be impressions of Victorian gentlemen. So you would have like the outer coat would be made out of like heavy stab-proof canvas.
Yeah.
And then like the vest would be a bulletproof vest made to look like a waistcoat. And then the top hat would be like a metal top hat.
It'd be covered in like felt or cloth or whatever.
But it's like you see ricochets off a top hat and he's like, good God, sir, I would run him down with my velocipede. Find the Maxim. Yeah. All right, so here's Mike. What would your shtick be?
I can't really think of one right now.
Come on, you got some crazy. I know what you would do. I know what your post-apocalypse thing
What's
would
that?
be.
Cursed crew.
No. I know what Mike's post-apocalyptic would be. Okay.
What's that?
Out of the apocalypse, out of the dusty, dry earth, comes a old Honda Odyssey minivan. And it's been painted stark white, right? Mm-hmm. Stark white, except for a stripe down each side. And lettering that says Goddard. And it pulls up and the side doors open. And guys get out in original series uniforms. With Uzis.
Oh, so you want to be like the Star Trek poser gang from Cyberpunk.
But I'm saying, imagine if you did a Star Trek crew, or like that was your ethos. You went around as the United Federation of Planets, and you're like, amazing. These locals have very different ways, and you're like, interesting, and you're like scanning them with like a fucking Geiger counter instead of a tricorder. You know what I mean? And you're like, and someone's like, where are you guys from? And you're like, we come from a faraway place called the Enterprise. And so the Enterprise is like the cult, the idea of it, and it's people flying around in shuttles spreading the word and envoy in tales of a Captain Kirk and how to overcome the trials and tribulations of the wasteland.
Also, Scromble just sprint across the Tomb of Horrors floor. Scrombles need stab scorpion.
No, that's a solid idea.
So I've got some other ones from chat.
Give me one moment.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
We've got some other ones here from chat. I've got let's see. My gang is tech support. We dress like greasers and fix up random shit for kicks and Kims and hookers. Our theme is happy days. So Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Yeah, that would be great. Like greasers, and you roll up on a motorcycle.
And he fixes everything, refuses to elaborate, leaves.
Yeah, so Swish says, what if the temple is just an underground ride at Six Flags, and after you beat the shit out of the last guy, you leave the dungeon on a log flume?
Oh, God.
Okay, Hutt's Fandango says the only way one can explain the temple is that you are high, and this is all a vision quest.
Okay, Gypsy.
So, the square says, in a world where traffic laws and guns are banned, one man is just trying to get to Dollar General sometime this century. This Arbor Day, Shankwagon, a knife fight city movie. Shankwagon. I like that idea. Like a piece of shit car. Yeah. All right, so I'm sitting here trying to go back and forth and read all these restreams back and forth. I'm trying. Sorry.
No. I found the best one was actually to go through Twitch, because you can read the other comments on there. But yeah, I just have one open, so that way you can see all of it.
Yeah, so I'm like, because I'm trying to make sure I'm attentive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be good. So, yeah, I like the idea of a fever dream. Now, look, I like the idea of also post-apocalyptic gentlemen. I think that'd be cool. Bring back, like, Martini Henrys.
Men of Harlech march to glory, victory is our free. Dude, if I was a Raider gang, I'd be fucking terrified.
You'd be terrified of a bunch of guys with pith helmets and a Maxim gun. You know you would. You'd be like, whatever happens, they have got the Maxim. Wait, whatever, shoot them. And they're like, what? I say, Jeffrey, that was most uncouth. Tea and scrumpets. And you're like, you mean crumpets? Do not challenge Gerald.
Dude, that's what all the casino families in New Vegas should have been, because they're literally like Unga Dunga Scrombles tribals, and then Mr. House just sat them all in front of a projector screen, and he showed them like he just showed them like Goodfellas for the whatever the fuck the Omertas used to be called.
Yeah, that's
yeah. And he just made the chairman watch a bunch of like Frank Sinatra music videos. And then one of them was, their chief was like, hey, this shit is gay. And then Benny was like, what the ring-a-ding fuck did you just say? And he got into a knife fight with him and killed him. And that's why he wears a checkered suit.
Yeah, so that's the idea, is what if we rewrote our own shit? What if we rewrote our own shit, you know, for this? Like, let's say the civilization wasn't dumb and that this is all a fever dream, right? Let's say this is all a fever dream. Like, they tell him stories of a vault, okay? They tell him stories of a vault all his childhood, and this is his conception of it. He's never seen steel doors. Yeah. He's like, oh, these halls and everything. He sees them as perfect hallways of stone because he can't conceive of it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, sure. That makes sense. I like it. It makes a lot more sense than this is all real, and you have to stab and beat people up, including giant ants, and risk dying for a giant underground structure for no reason.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Scrombles not feel so good. Good thing Scromble have antidote. There we go.
Fallout New Cleveland.
God.
I would love Fallout New Cleveland, because here's why I would love a Fallout game set on the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes are fucking treacherous.
Yes.
They destroy large ships. They are fucking cold. They are dangerous to navigate. And you have a lot of cool little places, and it would be like little countries because they are separated by frost, kind of like fjords in Norway, kind of like in Sweden. You know what I mean? So you'd have like these little exclaves of people. So you would have like Sheboygan to Milwaukee would be an area that would probably be a fort. Green Bay would be its own thing. Goose Bay would be its own thing. You would have Detroit be its own thing. And so you could have all these like little industrial encampments. It would be a lot like the whole area was in the 1840s, to be honest. with all the old forts and
all the old trappers and shit running around in between.
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna tell you this much: like the 82nd Airborne had trouble with Detroit, so I don't think that a couple of nukes and then like a handful of monsters would do much. I
eat them.
No, that's what I mean. That was the highlight of
yeah.
my academic career. There's nothing that can kill that city. It's very, very tough. So it would be like, oh, monsters, cool, bang. It would not be a problem. The lights would still not work.
Oh, motherfucker.
That is a tough city.
Scrumbles about to die to fucking giant.
Yeah, New Cleveland would be great for all the old Art Deco buildings. That is awesome. If you ever want to go see Art Deco, if you ever want to go see Rapture, like from BioShock, go to Cleveland. Walk around old Cleveland, and you will see BioShock. You can go watch and see all of this Art Deco shit in person. It's fucking gorgeous. It's cheap, too. And their barbecue's not bad.
Scrombles, try to heal self.
Fallout Topeka. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I think Topeka would be kind of boring.
I like to see Fallout Texas that wasn't Fallout Tactics.
I agree. But I like the idea of Cleveland because across the lakes, you could later add a boat mechanic and actually go to Canada. You know what I mean? So it would be a lot like, again, the 1840s and 50s on the Great Lakes. You would have these big cities connected by some sort of loose road or rail network that's not very stable, which you as a player could then build into, you know, stabilize the area, which would be kind of cool. Because you add in a whole sub-quest of, hey, there's like this ghoul railroad that's being built, and these guys want to build a railroad across the area to connect the whole region. But you have to go and fight all these different groups to do it. That would be like your B plot or even main quest, and everything spins out of that. And it would be a Gilded Age railroad baron story in the Midwest. That's a cool fucking idea, but they won't do that because they're like, hey, yeah, let's do the East Coast and put everything in one place for no reason.
Let's make everything 50s for no reason.
Hey, we have no idea what we're doing. Money. And I'm like, no, boring. Like I can point at 100 really cool places to set a fucking Fallout game or a post-apocalyptic game, and people just are like, boring. Boring.
And no have Brotherhood of Steel.
I know. Oh, it doesn't have to be a Fallout game because Fallout was based on Wasteland, and Wasteland was just based on memes. So you can make your own post-apocalyptic setting. It wouldn't be hard at all. All you need to do is find people who know their subject matter. It would be very, very simple. You just need to make it fun. That's where Fallout does well.
Time to heat action this
dude.
fool.
Okay, listen. There's one place where all the violence needs to go, and it's Boo. Go for the fucking eyes. Kick his eyes out, Jet Li. One.
Scromble, sweep the leg. Fuck.
No, eyes. Always eyes, my son. Always the eyes. Nice. If I was gonna do like a really cool Fallout setting, one of my top places I would do it in the US would be honestly the oh god, like if you want to do really cool Fallout, there's a few places, but I think the Caribbean would be pretty fucking sweet because imagine Cuba gets untouched by the bombs and Cuba becomes a superpower in the region.
And there's an excuse for everything looking like the 1950s.
That's what I mean. You can see 1950s splendor as it was secondhand, preserved, and it looks like a fallen apocalypse.
Yeah.
It would look artistically amazing. It would be vibrant, untouched cities with functional cars. And that is their splendor. It's 1950s, 60s tech, but no one else has shit. That would be an interesting setting.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Scrombles fix well.
Fallout Brazil.
The only
would be
downside
neat.
is that they wouldn't have much oil, but you know, if it's the Fallout universe.
In the Fallout universe, there was no oil left. That was the problem. In the Fallout universe, they never developed integrated circuits and a bunch of shit until later.
Why does the earth before me warm to the touch of your passing? Blessing on you, for you are truly a child of nature. Would you please use your special talents and rid my garden of plants of dark soul?
But you are special.
May your aura grace my presence when you are Oh, come to my door when you're done, and I'll give you something good.
He's like, I'm trying to be as mystical and wisdom filled as you know what?
Man, I
just
don't get my fucking spear back. This is bullshit.
Dude, man, if you do a bunch of drugs in a primitive enough society, you can be magic. All you have to do is get other people to enjoy those drugs as well.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Time to heat action.
No, that's what I mean. That's what the shaman does. Like,
Yeah.
for 10,000 years, that was the shaman.
I'm saying that like I'm for running a game, not like I'm gonna go do it.
Oh yeah, no, I just meant like.
I said that like, yeah, let's go start it up.
Yeah, let's go be shamans. But no, that's how that works. I study a weird intersection of history where it's like a bit of social anthropology, but as well like military history. So I look at how things are shaped by conflict. It's a weird skill set, and they won't pay you much for it, but you will get by. Yeah, Fallout Washington State would be pretty cool.
Yeah, dude.
The Pacific, the whole Pacific Northwest would be interesting because with occupied Canada no longer occupied in the lore post-war, what does that region look like? And that would be a really interesting thing because you'd probably have some spared cities. You would have some places like Eastern Oregon and Eastern Washington being relatively unscathed, where the heavy production, heavy cities, and heavy ports in the West would have been wrecked by a nuclear fire. So you would see an interesting contrast.
You return the spirit of the dweller
this
to
guy.
the world and bring a smile to the soul of an For this
Yeah, that shit just
healing, remember, they fog the mind as they cleanse the body.
yeah, I know what drugs do, kid. Like,
we have seen this.
dude, I
man
once took cough medicine and I saw
one too many
speed and
times.
everything just come apart. I saw the fourth dimension. What are you stealing?
Nothing. I'm trying to heal myself.
Isn't that
are you
just Far Cry?
stealing hit
No,
points?
it's not just Far Cry. Far Cry 6 isn't like post-apocalypse. You can leave.
Yeah.
I'm too tired. All right.
All right. Well, make sure to save, buddy.
Yep. Let me just do one more attempt.
Fallout Wisconsin. You know what? I would love to write a Fallout Wisconsin. My Goat and I talked about it as a joke, like a post-apocalyptic Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Then we started talking about Shadowrun Wisconsin, like
Yeah.
who would run Wisconsin in Shadowrun. And it's just like a bunch of dwarf families that are like, we run all the cheese and beer, and they're like the Tavern League is the mob. It would be pretty neat.
Yep. Scrombles go. Nothing else to do in Arroyo.
That would be.
There's like an arcology in Sheboygan. Because all the industry there. So it's like in the middle of Wisconsin, there's just like this oblique black thing with like hind gunships circling it. And they're like,
Yeah, like the
yes, the Sheboygan arcology.
like the Bass Pro Pyramid
Yeah.
arcology in Tennessee.
Exactly. I mean, it's funny. I love blending stuff like that.
That
It makes
was
it more
Laz's
real.
character's ending from the Shadowrun in Courtesy Flesh. He led a bunch of fucking terrorist dwarves to take that over and make a dwarf nation in fucking Appalachia.
Fuck yeah, man.
Kooky 2K2. Thank you for the courtesy.
But I just love coming up with bad ideas and then just running them through. You know? Like Fallout Cleveland has been discussed. And I think that, like, let's say Cleveland was already in its economic downturn because in the Fallout universe, as far as I grasp from the older Fallout lore Bibles, remind me...
Chris Avalon, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a Chris Avalon guy when it comes to the lore.
Tim Kaine.
Yeah, the old OG lore.
I am proud of you, Chosen.
Oh, God.
You have
She took
overcome
another rip at the
much.
truth bong.
Now, you must go find Vault 13. Vault 13. Bring the Gek home.
She's saying that just because she's ripped.
Here
Definitely
is
not
a
because
shiny
Scrombles
bottle.
2 not very smart.
Oh, he's fucked. That's
Yeah.
why she's ripped. She got ripped because he's fucked. It's a chicken and egg, bud.
Yeah, so Scrombles 2 is crack baby.
Find Vault 13. Find
No, he just bad.
Come
I
home.
just luck of the draw, man. They don't
Do your best.
they don't have progressive schooling there. They don't teach
Find
people
Big
anything.
King
They don't teach people like math. It's like what
Yeah.
rock can't eat. It's very basic schooling. He would grow up to be a blues musician. There, are we done? Here we go. Look,
I was gonna say no. Star Trek didn't create Fallout Cleveland. They just set the river on fire, which was already happening.
yeah, that's just something that already happened. That's part of the charm of Cleveland. But
Yes.
in the Fallout universe, from the older lore, the notion was that the notion was that integrated circuits and advanced circuitry and then later fusion was not developed until sufficiently late. So you end up with this huge dependence on fossil fuels, huge dependence on fossil fuels.
Hello.
And a huge bottleneck in computing and everything else, and it somewhat chokes technology. So we have this rampant 1950s, 60s, 70s industrial age that doesn't end, and it doesn't go into a computer age, and it goes into an unchecked Cold War that just gets worse and worse and
It
worse
only
and
goes
worse.
computer age at the very end with Robco.
Right, exactly. So computers are very new in the 2070s because of this giant hyper-military industrialization taking precedence over everything else. So it's America through a mirror darkly with a divergence point. And so I think that what's kind of interesting is if Cleveland was already in economic downturn at that point, it would have been spared nukes. So what would post-apocalyptic Cleveland be? You know what I mean? That's my idea. That's where I would frame that question, because if I'm looking at a nuke map in the 2070s, the Midwest by this scenario is largely a hyper rust belt. It is what the Midwest would have been in the 1970s.
But grown another 100 years.
Another 100 years of just being squeezed. So Cleveland would be Cleveland in the 70s plus 100 years of that. And then a nuclear war.
Yep. All right, here's Tor. He is on the same wavelength as Scrombles, too. Me, Tor. I'm Tor. Can I help you with anything? You, Tor. Hello, Tor. I do have a few questions for you.
Right, we talked to Tor the last time we played, because this is still going in the same play floater, so everyone who's already watched it is already going to be watching this for a third time.
Yeah.
So you can feel free to skip over parts we've already seen.
Here's the thing that's awesome. And I'll explain why. This is a hidden Easter egg where if you have low intelligence and this guy has low intelligence and you speak with him, you grunt and he grunts, and it is a huge, eloquent conversation between these primitives. And it's fucking hilarious. Again, another low-end Easter egg that would later be expanded on in things like Arcanum. Because in Arcanum, if you go through Arcanum and when you play it, there's a journal that's filled out of everything that happens. If you have low int, it has more spelling errors. And it gets dumber and dumber and dumber. It's really fucking funny. It's small details like that that make a game that people forget. It's polish. Also, this looks really good on big screen.
Yeah,
I'm not lying. This feels a bit more tactical, to be honest.
Also, back in the day, this would have been like a quarter of the resolution.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Kiwi, I'll answer the question because I guess you must assume I can't read the question because it's asked if I play Battletech Tabletop. I do not.
I do on rare occasion. I used to a lot, but it's Battletech is. If you want to play 4v4, it's 4 hours a turn.
Yeah.
It's not a game. It is a strategic game in sense of scale. It is glacial in sense of scale. It's why I often recommend people who want to actually get into playing the game, play Alpha Strike. Because it's way simple. It'll get you in. It's quick and dirty. It's about 40K in terms of complexity. It's about 40K in terms of time scale. And if you like that and you want fewer, cooler models and stuff like that, dude, yeah, play some Alpha Strike. Don't worry about it. Have some fun. Get out there. Yeah, low-end Arcanum protagonists are great. Mike's played a lot of Arcanum. I'm sure he can tell you about all the fun.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with Arcanum, and this is exactly the same thing that happens to Tex, too. You reach that midpoint in the game where you have to go to the opposite side of those mountains. Every fucking time. I've only beaten the game with 3 characters. All of them die at those mountains because they just get to that point and I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, I get what you mean, because at that point after that, it's a grind.
It's not
The second half of the game is terrible, and it's like a World War I slog because you have to do all these things, but you have to be pretty good levels to do it. Beating Arcanum is an art form if you've beat Arcanum in any capacity.
Yeah.
If you've beat Arcanum in any capacity, here's my levels of actually awarding people based on their achievement.
Yeah.
The base level is I have beat Arcanum. I don't care how.
Yeah.
If you beat Arcanum, you beat Arcanum. You saw it through. It's a slog. That is a fucking gamer badge. The Primo Arcanum badge is achieved when you can beat Arcanum by yourself by getting the final guy to just off himself. That is like the primo crazy thing.
Yeah.
And I remember back in the day, and people go, oh, well, yeah, you could do that in fucking Mass Effect. That was a way you could kill Saren in Mass Effect. It was a nod back to that Arcanum way of defeating the prime evil.
Yeah.
And so what was hilarious is that in the old Arcanum way, back in the old days, as you know,
Hey, look, I got a gun within like 5 seconds.
Fuck yes, that's how you do it.
Yep, I'd forgotten about that last time, but this time we got the pipe rifle.
But the thing is that in Arcanum, and this is where the game just gets kind of fucking wild on you, is that you realize that by the time you get to the end of Arcanum, you're putting in how many hours into it?
Several.
Like millions. Just because the grind all the way to
yeah,
the
you
end.
get to a point where it's just like all the shit that you were doing on this, you spend a lot of time going between like 4 places.
The front end of the game, like I said, everything up to the mountain pass. I agree with you. The front end of the game is an action adventure out of Sherlock Holmes.
And it's fun. And then you get to the other side of the mountain and it's just like Temple of Doom.
It is. Yeah, it's very much Temple of Doom. It is a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
It has a different cast, and it feels very alien. And it does not feel it's not bad.
It just doesn't feel connected with the rest of it.
Well, no, because the first of it was like high art, but I remember that. Sorry. One of the things I remind people of in Arcanum is just replayability.
I forgot something else.
What?
What makes the second half of that game even worse?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you have to go after the Naresar, the Naresar.
Oh no, the
Yeah.
the Malachian hand.
No,
Yeah,
the guy, the old man.
Oh yeah.
Where
The
he's
guy
just-
in the he go through this stupid jungle canopy all the way to the south, and he's just hanging
the
out
not
there.
jungle maze that everyone
Yeah.
loves so much because
Yes.
it's like, hey, you know
Yeah.
the sewers beneath Tehran? What if we turn them into a jungle that you have to go through?
Yeah, it's just like no banjos, only suffering. It was bad.
It was like, yeah, no, they put that in the game because I think they were like, well, we can't increase the game's length through any meaningful way, so we're just going to put our objectives at the end of a maze. That is something I do not like. If you put your objective at the end of a maze, you do it one time. You get one with me, one free pass. You get one free maze in your game. If you had multiple mazes, end of the game, I'm turning it off. You get me to that point, I'm like, no, thank you. I've already done this dance 1,000 times. You get one maze, and it better be a short maze.
Well, and that's the thing, is it was just at that point you became uniquely aware that it was the storyteller trying to just chuck shit in front of you to slow you down.
Yeah, because I think once you reach that mountain part, the rest of it was like, oh, fuck, they can just get to the end of the... Yeah, you're like, yeah. Thanks, Swish. Wotan. Oh, does somebody do like a ton of them?
I'm looking. I'm trying to
The
see.
Twitch chat? I can't tell.
I in the Twitch. Yep. Here we go. Chad Tinklebum, 81.
Ah, Chad Tinklebum.
Yeah.
The mad bastard himself.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. Oh god. Here we go. Yep. It's good times. Good times.
My goodness. Well, anyway,
our water bill's very high today.
Welcome to the flushing of the infinite.
Scrombles pickpocket people.
Thank you, Chad Tinklebum, for the courtesy. That was very kind of you. So many of this money. Yeah, we saw the Dune game. Steam likes to let us know that there are games coming out.
Oh, I
like
love.
The second you launch it.
I love Steam. I love Steam telling me that I can spend money on their store.
Oh, that's Hollow Geeky. Halo Geek.
Oh,
Sorry.
cool. Their ospreys don't work either.
I have great eyesight, but the font over there is really tiny, and there's no other place for it will show up for me.
So we're doing some Rorke's drift here with this
V'ger.
rifle.
V'ger.
I
See,
love
that's
that.
the reference right there.
Yeah, see, it all comes out
Go
of that
watch.
shit.
Go
Yeah,
watch
I
the.
watched the Star Trek motion picture last night.
How rad was those visuals?
God, especially for 1979. Damn.
They were really good. And we watched the what is it? The remastered. The one. So on Paramount, they have this like remastered version, and the visuals they remastered are hit or miss. There's some shots that look amazing in the remaster, and then there's some things they put in there that weren't in the original that I'm kind of like, no thank you. I'm like, you take that out. Some 3D objects. I was like, nah. It looks weird when you're watching it in a big TV.
Well, it's one of those things where some of their substitutions I don't care. Now I understand what Mike's saying. I understand what Mike's saying with.
Oh.
I understand what you're saying with you not wanting to see the original cut of the film. Where the original cut of the film, yeah.
It's like 4.5 hours.
Well, Goat saw the truncated, updated version of Star Trek the Motion Picture, and he was like, God, these scenes are really fucking great for the 70s. But he was like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they this long?
yeah, we're like, yeah, these are like 5 minutes longer.
Yeah, the original one was a really great trippy movie of the 70s. Like the visual, no one had said the visuals are bad. It's just everyone said everything else was. Everyone tried but Shatner.
No matter how much I flush, I keep ending up here. I am okay with this. Imperator Lizard. That sounds like poetry.
It
I need
does.
to keep shooting and running.
You need to shoot and run at first.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on into this thing.
But yeah, when it comes down to Fallout games, you can write a Fallout universe for anything. You could write
Yeah.
a good. Well, the thing I find that's annoying is people want to choose exciting places and go, "What would it be like?" And I'm like, "That's what all the big movies are about. Let's not do Escape from New York for the 100th time. That's boring."
So I'm trying to hit it in the motivator, so I can slow it down and pick it off in my ledger.
You will not demotivate me. Oh, my
War
lord.
Rocket Ajax has subscribed with Prime. Hawkman dive.
Thank you for the courtesy.
Look, I'm just gonna say this: there was a time of Fallout lore where I could tell they ran out of time. Everyone knew they ran out of time. Just run, or yeah. That's a lot of good hit points, but
Pharisee is cheering you on. He said, "Kill him, man."
just run.
Oh, sorry, that was Jake.
Now you can shoot him.
Yeah, I got a great Jake impression as well. He just goes, "Kill it, goat! Kill that thing!" That's how Jake sounds when he talks all the time. I don't know why he yells so much.
Jake is a kind, gentle, and smart soul. He is a punk accountant, and
Yes, he is.
He is good.
And he sounds like it's 1942 Britain.
He sounds like a 1942 British mobster accountant. He's like, "Oh, your books aren't square, see?"
I don't think I've ever heard him scream once.
He doesn't need to.
Like no one. He's never
He doesn't
yelled.
need to. He's a look. The men of Shetland are small, stout lads. They can carry 6 times their weight. They're like army ants. If you fuck him up, he will pick you up and then drop you. You will die. That's who I need as an accountant.
I am very easily dropped. So please be careful.
I look for different things than an accountant.
Oh, that was Captain Orc. Thank you for the courtesy.
Scrombles take key card. Scrombles could take power armor.
I am like I'm like fruit, you don't want to drop me, I bruise easily. Please don't drop me, Jake. Don't drop me, Jake.
I sold 2 rifles today.
Yeah, I bought 2 rifles today.
Unrelated.
Definitely.
Unrelated. I love the fucking.
That's weird. I just stole
Allegedly.
2 rifles from somebody today.
That's insane. But no, yeah, it's like hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. No, I actually sold Van Zant reference rifle 0001, which we can't show you.
Eu me alistei pra matar vagabundos, mas o café aqui é terrível.
Yeah, it was good. And then the world's prettiest Mosin Nagant, which is like
Yes.
museum quality Mosin Nagant, and the bolt actually works beautiful. It shouldn't exist, but I made it for no reason. You can actually read the rack numbers. You shouldn't.
You made it to fulfill my dream of having a moist nugget ever since I discovered K when I was.
You wanted a
was a
good one.
teenager.
You have a museum
Yes.
quality one, and it's been rechromed and everything, dude.
Yeah.
It, like, I matched the fucking black paint on that with factory original black paint using Cerakote and some other stuff. I may have cancer. But don't worry.
Am I lost here? Do you want moist nuggets? What is that?
It's a meme name for Mosin Nagant.
Oh.
Moist Mosin.
I was sitting there
Nagant
thinking, like,
nugget.
wait, did he give you, like, is that, like, the fun trade or something? You're like,
1 second.
I'll take 2 rifles for a moist nugget, please.
Wink. Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't know what that means.
So King in Spades is Fallout Kentucky. I'm sorry that game exists. It's called Project Zomboid. That's Muldraugh County.
Yeah.
That exists.
It's real. They have a Wendy's, I think.
They don't. They don't even have a Spiffos. But what they do have is a boat bomber pointed out what that chicken place is. He pointed out that chicken place.
What is it, like a nickel laundromat or something?
It's like, it's just, hold on, let me find it.
I know nickel laundromats don't exist anywhere but the like 1930s, but listen, I'm assuming in Muldraugh County they have not updated their technology.
it's if you guys want to know what the real place, the real Spiffos is literally Dodge's Chicken, which is 304 Dixie Highway, Muldraugh, Muldraugh, Kentucky 40155. That is what the Spiffos is from Zomboid. If you overlay that, that's the place. You can go look at their menu. It's like a drive-through local chicken place. It's okay.
Scrombles find rats.
So when I have that chat, that's for restream, that actually shows me the number for both,
Oh, wow, that's nice.
and it gets both chats.
No, that's actually nice.
You have it on, that's the browser. You see, you can open it out on a desktop as well.
Oh, shit. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's fucking nice. So it's
So-
all in one. Yeah. Mike's showing me technology because I'm scared of it.
I'm also showing it to him so he can maybe one day use it himself.
One day, I don't know. I'm not a good streamer. I'm just I like showing
Dude,
up on other people's stuff.
listen, yeah, Tex likes showing up to the boat. He doesn't want to own the boat. I
No,
totally
don't.
respect that.
No, it's one of those things where, okay.
But I think everyone here agrees, especially everyone in the Mech Warrior Living Legends community. You do fucking great streams.
They
of those.
get kind of upset. I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna destroy this. But yeah, I know I can stream and pull in like 11 or 1,200 people. I've done that at peak, and I think the lowest of recent was like 400. So that does technically do all right, but
Yeah, that's like pretty much what most people on Twitch would like kill for, quite literally.
But well, right, but
Because they're
but
insane.
If I can, it's just that, like, I'll be honest, that scares me.
Yeah.
Because I can't talk to that many people. It's just noise, and then sooner or later,
What do you
Yeah.
think, Chad?
yeah, I can't pretend to honestly pay attention to that many people, and it makes me feel really bad.
Wait, I have an idea. What if chat messages, instead of being on a screen, come up through like a pneumatic tube, like tickets, and you
I
just
would have a
grab
heart
one?
attack. I would have a heart
You
attack.
grab one and then you read it, and
No.
you're like, "Oh, and here's a
Here's-
letter from Nate
No.
in Idaho," and he asks,
What I
"Fuck
want-
you." Well, that was an interesting
Well,
letter.
and he asks Sneed.
What I want, actually, I would love, if I did a stream, I would love to have a ticker tape machine from like the 1890s going.
Oh yeah.
That's just printing out the constant running things, and I can pull the ribbon and go, yes, allow me to put on my glasses and read the latest comments. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would want.
How small
but,
was the lettering on that? I've never seen one before.
not big, and it's not great.
Pill bottle?
Yeah, it's shitty. So the thing is that, like, yeah.
Hey, Cookie.
Oh, hi, Cookie.
Cookie.
Cookie's great. We all love Cookie.
Yeah.
So one of the things is that if I had that many people, like, I'm not trying to humble brag or anything. It genuinely bothers me that I can't talk to that many people, and I start to feel overwhelmed, and it doesn't make me happy. And so sooner or later, one or two things happens. Like, I have enough people come in that just are unpleasant, or I have enough people come in that like it becomes that thing of say the line bar, where they want me to say certain lines or whatever, and I'm just
Your Majesty.
yeah.
Wow.
I just wanna just play a game with friends, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
What? You're not trying to chase validation and money?
Thank you for the courtesy. I don't know what the question was. Well,
Oh, sorry. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Biggie Cheese from the hit movie Barnyard being revealed to be
God.
ringleader of a large drug trafficking ring in order to fund a paramilitary? I believe a copy pasta was presented in lieu of a question.
oh, that's beautiful.
That's a good one. The Navy SEAL one is good. I like a lot of these.
Can't beat the classics.
No. Yeah. So no. What Diggs is referring to as Cookie like Cookie Mama is
Yeah.
what we all react to, because we all love Cookie Mama. She's very sweet and nice and wholesome. She's also really good at Jackbox. She cleans up.
Yeah.
She talks like somebody who's like, oh, I only play pool every so often.
No,
I'm not
she
that good at it.
She hustles us
Yeah,
at that
I
shit.
listen to her. She's just like,
She hustles us at that shit.
she's like,
She's
oh,
really
this
good at
game,
it.
I'm not very good
I'm
at
not-
it.
I'm
Like
not very
drops all these
good.
fucking bombs. Like Jesus.
Yeah, she just writes funny stuff. She's a wonderful person. I like her very much. I think she's great.
Otis from Barnyard might be a domestic terrorist. Maybe.
I don't know, man. Anything's possible. But yeah, TLDR.
Have a good night, Jack.
I just like showing up and driving the boat. I don't wanna actually run anything when it comes to streaming. That shit scares me. It like genuinely scares me. Like it doesn't make me feel comfortable, and I get intimidated by a microphone, and I don't like that.
I
don't like,
do not need. He does not need.
No, it's
A
just
microphone.
it's people ask why I don't stream more, and I find that if I know 1,000 people are watching, that doesn't make me feel happy.
Scromble.
Professor Onal. Thank you for the courtesy. Cursity.
Again, I'd rather like play games with like 5 people.
Yeah.
That makes me happier.
I think it's also like you prefer to have somebody else pick the chat out, but you also like to look at it yourself too. You just don't want to like make that the focus.
I don't want to like.
You don't want to do that Hollywood shit. I get it.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to pretend that I'm caring about what 9,000 people are reading, because I can't read what 9,000 people are reading.
It's hard to play a game and do this.
Yeah, I want to talk with people.
Yeah.
It seems better.
It's one of the things. It's one of the reasons why this works here, because
Well, yeah, what's funny is we told people like where we are, and people would be like, "Where are they? Where are they talking about this stuff?" And we've told people like, "Yeah,
Here we are.
Yeah, we're literally right here."
there's
And,
a clock behind us.
yeah, like literally, we're right here.
Yeah,
They can find us.
is that clock correct? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even fucking know.
yeah. Our Nixie Tube clock that Tex got. He's
You got Vortex.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate it. It was very nice. Thank you, Jake. There's the bot. You know you're doing well in the world. Hey, there's 100 people watching. Would you mind hitting an upvote? That'd help the courtesy flush. Hey, Diggs, I hate to tell you this. Diggs, but those hot girls are not in your area. Because you already got one, and you're sweet on her, and you live with her.
Yes.
You got that hot girl right there.
Yeah.
You got
Hot
that
girl.
hot. You don't need those links, Diggs.
War Rocket Ajax.
Now,
Thank you for
hot
the courtesy.
grills in my area, I'd be all about that.
There probably are a couple. It was pretty decent out.
I need to start a charcoal smoker. I want to weld my own.
Be careful, you'll summon Meme Meat Machine.
I know.
He'll be like, I heard smoker. He just like shows up.
He just shows up in the smoke of it, like of me welding. I look.
Yeah,
up.
we just see a billow of smoke.
Like a genie.
Yeah, just
that's-
slowly rolling in, and we're like, what the fuck? And then he just comes floating in like the Undertaker
Yeah.
on one of those like weird pedestals.
Yeah, Diggs is like, I live in Arizona, and he's like heat stroke hot. Yeah, I saw a picture of Arizona.
Yeah.
where there's like,
Yeah,
like
it's-
I no,
heat
I saw
stroke hot.
I saw a picture of Arizona where
Oh.
there was a trash can, right,
Yeah.
and it was just running like a candle, and I was like, oh. I see. A PvP zone.
You need to be level 55 to enter this area.
You have to have that proof, you know.
I've never actually seen it up close. I've seen pictures, but I've been there many times. It's very warm, but I never stayed outside long enough to melt, so I guess that might be the other thing. I did wear a shitload of sunscreen, but I have to do that even here because everything that I get, like, hit with any sort of light, I immediately start burning. And I'm the only one in my family who does. What happened, Mom? Why didn't I get the fucking cool genes? Why did I get the burn genes?
The burn genes?
The burning gene. Yeah, I just turned red. I think I belong in the UK. I think that's the answer. This body wasn't made for America.
Cookie Mama, go ask. Please go ask me anything about Lord of the Rings. And you will see Meat Machine is typing. And it will be like we were sitting there, and when the Lord of the Rings Amazon thing came out, and everyone was like trying to do their expertise and trying to dissect, like 3 scenes from like a fucking screen grab, and they were like, this is what this means. It's the end of all that's good and all that I know. And I'm like, it's 3 screen grabs from a thing. It's not out yet. And they're like, and I'm like, it's not out yet. It's not out yet. Like, wait till it's out. And if you don't like it when it's out, that's different. But don't get mad yet. It's not out yet.
Your Majesty.
It's like someone saying a car that they see. They're like, oh, that's the 2023 blah, blah, blah. That's going to suck. It's like, it's not out yet. You haven't driven it yet. You don't know. So, people were sitting there talking about that in the Black Pants Legion, and Meat Machine just goes, citation needed. Every so often, like, because he knows all this shit. He's been on the podcast about it. He's the guy who asked me how many thermobaric weapons we need to secure the mines of Moria. We've actually puzzled through this.
Actually, that would be kind of a fun tabletop game. Just like make a Lord of the Rings kind of only war style game, and just have Meat Machine like as a player in it. See how he would handle the One Ring.
Oh, the One Ring would be hilarious because Meat Machine would he would be the worst person to bring in the Lord of the Rings as one of the Fellowship, because he would just be like, he would just be the sound boring guy who'd be like, very smugly, just be like, yeah, I wouldn't touch that. So my idea for that would be, he would be whatever character he wants to. You can make whatever you want, and you can go to Mordor in any way you like. So it's like not the books. Your journey. How are you going to do it? If you put him in Lord of the Rings, he'd fucking clap everybody. He just knows. He's played a lot of D&D, and he acts like he's an easygoing guy. But I think he'd fucking murder everyone. He'd be like, "Yes, Sam and Pippin will be crossing under this bridge at this time, and I'm going to hit them with a brick." And I'd be like, "Good God, how do you know which day?" And he's like, "Well, I play a historically accurate MUD called the Two Towers. You may have heard of it. I'm a contributor." And he dragged me through it. Dig says, because you wasted yours on WBPL 76. Thanks for the courtesy, man. Yeah, no, I was thinking like you... Oh my God, yeah. Let's see, Brian Henry is onto something. He recently checked the St. Francois County seal contest. No winner yet, but they're no longer offering previews of the entries. Oh...
No more sponge monkeys.
Here's what That was their mistake. I am going to remind people of something that they don't know. And I'm going to say it on the podcast. I'm going to say, if we want to see all of those submissions, all you need to do is file a Freedom of Information Act request from that county and be like, hello, we wish to follow up. Can we see all of the seal submissions, please? Because we are doing some study, and we are interested in this. And if they start screaming, you go, oh, no, I'm very interested in this, please. We have discarded all other entries. I don't believe that. They are sitting in a box somewhere. That means there's some really good ones, and I want to see them. Yes, Diggs, we have a podcast. It's okay. Now, here's what I am going to recommend. And this is my thoughts. I'm going to say on the podcast. Oh. Sidecar Jace. Thank you, Sidecar. Thank you for the courtesy. So here's my idea, is what if we just say on the podcast, hey guys, if if you guys won't release the counties, what if we just tell everyone who submitted one to send them to us and we'll show them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll make a video of it.
We'll make a video of it and be like, hey, these people don't like art, so we'll sit down and do an art stream and talk about all of the wonderful seals that people put, and we'll just talk through them and see how representative it is. It'll be nice.
Here's a great idea on how to enhance it. We do our top 5 favorite seals, and then we have a bunch of them in groups as honorable mentions, and every single seal, including the groups, all have their own soundtrack.
I think so, and we could walk through them. Like I'll catalog them. I actually cataloged several collections when I was at Wayne State in Detroit, so I can actually catalog them by categories and be like, yes, here's the one that are just very erratic in theme, and here's the ones that are hilarious in theme. Here are the comedic ones, and here are the subtle meme ones, and we can put them all in different categories and have fun with it.
They missed an opportunity, but it sounds like they don't have a whole lot of fun over there.
Look, if they don't want to have fun, we will. And I think that art needs to be seen by the fucking public. I think that is a artistic expression, and we have a right to it. Goat, how are the rats going?
They're going well. They're getting they're getting alarmingly large. But I'm just gunning down the big ones and just punching the small ones.
As is the way.
This is the way.
Also, thank you for the courtesy nids. I saw that.
Going a lot smoother this time.
Well, we're doing your yeah.
I just realized if that pillow hits something, it just shuts the whole fucking stream off.
Yes, we live in a house that is
we live dangerously.
We live dangerously. We live in a house that I shit you not. We talked about it on the podcast has load-bearing Tupperware. This thing is a traveler ship.
It is.
It is basically a traveler ship. We've all bought into the house, so we all own a portion of it. And then when shit goes bad, we're like, all right, get the hose out. We have to suck the drain pan. We have to siphon the drain pan out of the AC in the roof. Why is it up there? Don't worry, it was hobnailed in there 3 owners ago. We'll make it work. But at least the walls are made out of concrete and maybe full of wasps. We don't know.
Well, I got so many good answers, man. Like, we figured out what the issue is with the water. What load-bearing pillow?
Yeah. We keep finding fun things.
I was gonna say, they couldn't figure out why the air conditioner up there was leaking, so they just put a drain pan down there, and we're like, it'll be fine. Just learn to clean it out or whatever. That was their quick fix, right? They're like, yeah, it drains occasionally. It doesn't drip that bad. They just put a big gas drain pan up there and said it'll catch it. Well, no, that's not how anything works. I'm assuming they just kept fucking emptying it like mad people.
Yeah.
We figured out what the problem was.
Yeah, it was guys over years and years and years and years and years. It was just guys leaning over the
unit. Yeah, they were putting their whole body on it.
It was their whole body weight to access the back area of the unit.
Yeah.
And so it like broke it, and they were like, and then they just taped it back together.
Yes, they literally leaned on it to the point where it bent on the duct and everything.
We fixed it with a car jack.
Yeah, we stuck a car jack, it fixed it, and now it drains perfectly outside. We're like, what the fuck?
We fixed it when like 2 visits of an AC guy didn't. Guess what? Car jack fixed it. We're smart.
That's really what it was.
We were very dumb.
Also, WBPL just went live as well, so if you guys want to see what they're up to, check them out too.
We always encourage people to check each other out. Like, we don't want anyone to ever
stealing reviews. No.
Well, you can always go view their archive stuff, and you can always go view our archive stuff, and there's plenty of shit out there.
UHF station, baby. You know what a UHF station has? Maybe 2 channels.
Exactly. So we're the
channel 2 or channel 3. Which one you want?
Exactly.
Yeah, he's celebrating 1K followers with key giveaways. So if you guys want some games, please, for the love of God, go win those keys. God, just get the key. We need to get these keys out of here.
We have so many keys that people dumped into a giant pile.
For like years.
And a lot of them literally are sitting there for so long that they are just like falling to pieces. And it's like...
we don't even know if some of the platforms will accept them.
That's what
anymore.
I mean.
Like
it's people donate keys. It's because people get Humble Bundle, and there's like 1 million keys.
Yeah.
So they put them in there, and it's like, I have 800 copies of like a Sherlock Holmes thing. So it's There's like 1,200 fucking keys. And so it's one of those things where people are like, hey, can we donate keys if people want them? And it's like, cool, people will donate 30 keys in the BPL and then take one.
Yeah.
And then donate another 30 and donate another 30. It's like, I have 800 fucking copies of like a Sherlock Holmes game.
It's because nobody in the BPL wants to like just start taking keys. They're just like, I'll take one game. Because, I mean, that is kind of our rule. We don't want somebody to just like take a whole bunch. But it's also, we just ended up with so many over like the course of like years.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where we're like, Jesus, fuck.
Dealer says, thank you for the amazing lecture about the Warhammer.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We got a lot of feedback that was really good. We got a lot of good critical feedback and a few things that, obviously I always read for. Because on premiere night or whatever, I always watch it alone in my room from start to finish, and I take notes on things I fuck up, and I watch how people react to it. What do people notice? What do people not? Where can I put my final production time more efficiently so I end up with a more polished product in the time I have? And it's like really OCD shit, but Mike can tell you I always do it alone. Even if I have other people over, I always do it alone. I have to do it. And it's just like facing the music. It's like, I misspoke that line. I should have cut that. That was way too much. And so, like, these insane projects, like, never pay for themselves, but they're so incredibly worth doing. And when you build something that big and you just release it to the world, it's incredible. And it's that sort of accomplishment that you can point back if you have a really bad day and go, I did that. And it is very uplifting to someone who struggles a lot with any sort of self-validation. And I have to have friends like Jake and Mike and Goat and Diggs
The rat
constantly.
god is kill.
Fuck that guy. But I need to have friends like that who buoy me and pick me up because I have all these issues. So when I struggle and fight with something like that and it comes out, I appreciate it. But I also try not to feed into it because I don't want to just be the BattleTech guy. I've done a lot more. I consider myself just a spaceman.
Yeah. You have to consider if he fusses over and nitpicks over little details when he's working on things, you can imagine like how like just having to interact with so many people does to someone like that. It's like it's overwhelming.
I'm autistic and I get overwhelmed very easily, and people say, "Oh, I get it," and then they keep poking me, and I'm like, "Please don't." Now, please destroy all of these rat people for existing. They dared exist in my perfect underworld, and I need to loan this place out. We got to set up a Canton trade days down here. I'm thinking...
Sergeant Nubbles. Thank you for the courtesy, Sergeant Nubbles.
Just like Scrombles 1.
Well, it's just one of those things where, like, if people are like, what do you consider yourself as a creator? I will say I'm a spaceman. I will always consider myself a Space Station 13 guy, nothing else. And so BattleTech's one of the things I do, and people worship that. But I'm like, unless you've seen all the Space Station 13 episodes, you don't know me.
No, they're not the same. No, these rat people are not similar to the possum people because at least the possum people can operate a starship. They're just barely moving rocks down here, and I think they're just eating their own crap. So.
King Rot has a brother, the Brain, who operates a whole cult of ghouls and a reactor in Gecko.
Oh.
He's just the dumb one in the family. He's a Scrombles of the family.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Cookie, I've been to a Canton Trade Days. Canton's Van Zant County, Texas. So it's, if people want to know what Van Zant's based on, go to Canton, Texas.
Takes you a week to do a little 3-minute.
Your Majesty.
Yeah.
And as far as it goes with like other stuff I want to talk, I said on the podcast and the Patreon, I've said in the BPL, and any of the places where people would care to listen where I talk, I'm going to do a Text Talks history. I'm going to show you guys what I can do. and I'm gonna show you guys the way I can do it, and I think it's gonna be something good.
Yeah. I think we are gonna make a really awesome set of videos coming up here. There is a question for you, Goat, from Chad Tinklebum, who decided to throw $1 whole.
Oh, what is the question?
4 quarters for your answer here. My friends want to make a what if for Werewolf the Apocalypse where all humans just disappear without leaving a trace, and the players need to find out how it happened and, if possible, bring them back.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Not really a question, though. Is there... Oh, it's a... So what if... I guess you want to not like question, but more like what kind of comment to make on that?
A lot of werewolves would think that's great because it means the environmental devastation is mostly done. Honestly, a lot of werewolves would just be like rushing to make sure like some infrastructure should get shut down so it doesn't like just it doesn't, fuck itself up and just pollute the hell out of the planet. There would be factions of werewolves that would be like, what the fuck do you mean you're trying to find humanity and bring them back, especially Red Talons. But it ultimately that would be something you'd want to do because you got to bring back balance to try it. It would probably just be, you want to bring them back, but you want them to return to monkeys so they're not fucking polluting everything up again. But it could be done. You'd have to come up with some reason for it, probably like some crazy spirit activity.
Scrombles has been punching a lot with that shotgun.
It's a pipe gun. It's shooting 10mm bullets.
But 10mm through a 20-inch barrel is very, very spicy.
Oh yeah. But you could do it. It would change the tone and overall theme of the game dramatically. It's up to you, up to your group or GM, whether that means the apocalypse is still on. But yeah, that could be cool.
Pharisees is yelling, "Humanity disappears. The fucking mages did it."
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with
Yeah, but
Mage.
is that
Mage, that's the thing. Is like Mage could do that. Mage can be like unmake everything. LOL. That's the problem with Mage. There's no balance to it. That's why I just go. This is just nerds saying what if until something happens.
You can also be like dude spirits Lamau or like dude alternate realities Lamau for Umbra. Like there's literally published modules where you go back to like an alternate past, except it's like a reflection of what could have been from the Deadlands, from the lower Umbra, and it's like you're reliving through some ancient Roman time shit, and it's a werewolf module and it works. So yeah, you can do that. It's definitely doable. But I would probably do it as it's some kind of alternate reality, and like the spirits want to task you with dealing with it to see how you would do. And there would be consequences in the real world because when you're doing that in that like in that separate spirit world, you're making it easier for spirits to follow you back. And depending on what your actions were there, how you handle it, it affects the quote unquote main reality too.
I think I figured out what my Fallout gang will be.
What?
I would call them the Blackbirds.
Okay.
And the way it works is they go out and they do information and cartography. They get a lay of the land where all the resources are.
So they just walk around and they're like, yeah, there's a lot of peanuts there.
They point out where power plants are still standing, if who's in charge of it the last time they've seen. We're like recon, basically.
Yeah.
So they're just going around the wasteland pointing these things out to, bring back to the home base. And they're trying to be subtle about it. They wouldn't even identify who they are. Because they don't know if the people that they're gathering information from are going to be friends or enemy by the time they finish. Because who knows if this information will be sold to.
I get it. It's kind of like what you were talking about, what appealed to you in Eve and what you also like in Elite. Being a Pathfinder, essentially.
Yeah, because when the world has changed that much, having somebody who can do a lay of the geography around you, exactly what has changed, that's updated, current, instead of just, here's a map from 200 years ago. It's like, yeah, okay, well, that's going to be obviously changed. The mountain's going to be somewhere else because a fucking bomb went off. So that way you can, say you're some sort of local government, you can hire these people to like look for you, almost like Pinkertons in a way, but not like there to be muscle.
I like that. So Pinkertons, but actually in a data sense. They are hired people that can give you cartography and information and resources, but they're not there to fight a war for you.
No.
Interesting. No, I like that. It's
And they
kinda
get
like,
cool jackets.
Well, there's actually a lot of groups in D&D in Forgotten Realms that are like that. Pathfinder digs. I haven't even looked at that. I have like 8 things going. I keep getting people telling me I have to relax, but I also have things to do. So it's just one thing at a time. When's the first game? I have no idea. I want to do good, but I'm like,
The Remembered Realms.
The Remembered Realms. Are we going to play in the Remembered Realms or the Forgotten Realms? Which part are we going to forget? Which part are we going to play in? We're going to play in the Remembered Realms. Okay, Sword Coast, etc. Got it.
I need to get a map because I still want to. I still want to try to play around with the idea of doing that. I probably won't run it, but I just want to play around with the idea of doing that railroad, like railroad building game for D&D.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the
Hold your majesty.
the transatlantic railroad kind of thing.
Oh yeah, so here's the broken car, and I am gonna stop being stupid for just a little bit because I want the car, because the car is so fucking cool. So we got the fuel cell regulator, so that reduces our fuel consumption.
Thank you for your input, Goat, and remember to meow
Yeah, see?
from Chad Tinklebum.
Hold your majesty.
Uh-oh, this one's a double question for you. From Squatchhammer Goat.
Uh-oh.
How does a world where the apocalypse happened and the players have to figure out what happened as well as create a new world as a new GM? As well as create the new world as a GM?
For werewolf?
Just in general. So it's like if the world is
it really depends.
Yeah.
There's too many variables there.
Yeah, I know they are. The living room computer does that, Diggs. I've done everything in that OBS, even uninstalled it. It will always do that. I can't fix it. It's just one of those things I'm just going to have to live with. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that there's too many variables for that for me to give you a real answer. But I mean, yeah, if you want to make something where, like, you can do like the Adventure Time thing where it doesn't seem like a post-apocalyptic world.
Well, yeah, like I had people describe Adventure Time to me, and I was like, this is a post-apocalyptic world. I've never watched all of it. I've only seen clips of it, but I kind of want to.
It's good.
Yeah.
Especially later on. Adventure Time is like a Changeling the Lost game. But, before everyone escapes back to reality.
Back to reality.
Yes. Whoa, snap back to reality. Whoa, there goes gravity.
Reality does that.
Yeah.
I often get tired of traveling between realities.
I find reality overrated.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you're right.
All right, Scromble need 350. About
Hold your majesty.
You don't have many dollar.
What do they call
Scromble
that?
need about 350 to free Solic.
How about steel? Shoot.
Oh, Chad Tinglebum says that Big Cheese question was not a copy pasta. They made it up. But we'll take it as a compliment and also text you need to see some clips of Lich in Adventure Time.
Okay, I'd
He's
rather
like
just.
the bad guy from Arcanum.
Oh, cool. No, I'll watch it. Just like if it's worth watching, just let me know. I don't really watch much.
Yeah, the last thing we watched was that Star Wars FFG game done live.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Book of Boba Fett. Yeah,
that's pretty much a Star Wars FFG game from what I've been described. Yeah.
we watched. That was actually pretty solid. Then Guy gets his own fucking theme song. We're like, what's the name of the song? I just say Boba Fett really loudly in the distance. Make it sound tribal.
Yeah, it was like, let's do a haka, but let's yell the guy's
Hold your
name.
majesty.
Boba Fett.
Okay, so it would be an AD&D old school RPG. That's what Sasquatch says. You also don't have to throw bits at us to get to answer the questions. I appreciate it though. I'm just trying to. If you'd rather save those bits for I don't know, What can you buy on Twitch with these bits?
I think that you can redeem them for additional layers of bowling ball shine for Bezos's head.
That guy gets like, what is it? Voodoo
like,
hide wax or whatever.
Yeah, like from fucking. Oh god, that was one of the funniest fucking red letter medias. I was just like, oh god, thank you guys, just for crawling into that horrible hole. Thank you so much.
I get Cookie. The other Cookie 2K2 says, Boba Fett the song when it just goes where. If you have to ask where, you're already dead because he's got that like crazy Fennec lady who'll just
360 no scope you.
She's like, don't worry, I'm saving my cooldown for when I'm gonna kill everyone I see.
Yeah, she has like a kill everyone in the room button.
Cold, Your Majesty.
It takes like a week to cool down, and she has to get a new stomach. More pennies for the penny boarding. Oh yeah, you remember the penny boarding? Okay.
Gecko pelt.
Yeah, we joked about having just like a whole jar full of pennies, and so anytime someone dropped bits in here, we just start throwing fucking. Tex would have a thing off to the side where you just throw pennies at us.
Yeah, it'd be fun. You'd also all get hurt.
We'd all get hurt, then we'd have to clean it up afterwards.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like, how do you get pennies off the floor? They're not easy to scrape up. You just vacuum them, and it'd be the loudest fucking thing in the world. It'd sound like a machine.
Yeah.
It would sound bad.
More cold, Your Majesty.
I'm in need of assistance. I'm working on a Dream AR-10 and need witty, passive-aggressive phrase to put on the dust cover. Any input would be appreciated from Night Lancer 44. Oh man, there's so many like weird things you could say. The first one that came to my mind is pretty cheesy, but here's one for you. Pardon my dust. Pardon the dust. No, not really feeling that one.
Scromble gets shortchanged fucking.
Well, dude, they don't trust him. He's the guy who comes in with a fistful of bloody things.
Yeah, they were trying to charge like $700 for a knife. What
well,
the fuck?
dude, the people were charging $1 million for toilet paper, so that doesn't seem so crazy now, does it? The question is, are they still decent people?
Oh, I have a good one.
Yes.
An open and close sign for a business.
Hey, friend. Our name be Sulik. What you been eating? Most people have evil spirits. You have stupid spirits. Go see shaman. Get hole in head. Big hole. Very big. Huge. Don't want a hole? Go see Tor.
I know what to put on a dust cover.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, just so when it pops open. Hello.
Friend. Slavers took our sister. We went
Hey
drinking,
there.
then went breaking. Now paying off Maida. When that done, we go find sis. We owe Maida $350. You heading south? We'll walk about with you and look for sis. You having $350? We and I thank you. You
No.
tried to do a good thing, just don't have the bread. Maybe you can raise some.
All right, so I think I have
What
him
can
now.
we and I do you for?
That's also the other thing with RPGs. It's like he says 350, but you bring him 288. He's like, nah, you just don't quite meet the requirements. And it's like, no, he would have taken the 288.
Can we and I
Yeah,
do
he
you
would've.
for?
I would need more charisma to get him as a companion. Oh well.
You could always just shoot everyone.
Why do you need him as a companion? You have the dog.
I don't have the dog.
Not yet.
I'll just come back when I get Mentats
Why do you want him as a companion?
because he can punch people.
It sounds like another excuse to watch people die over and over again.
Oh well, don't worry.
actually-
We're about to heat action some children.
Okay, perfect.
Wow. Oh, perfect. Yes, thank you.
I was literally going to ask you, when are we getting the heat action to the children?
Yeah, when are we going to apply violence to
We're gonna
toddlers?
kill these bandits.
Oh.
Don't panic. This will be over in a minute. Says the three men with a spear
Dude,
fighting.
they have a nice tent. They have a nice tent.
Like imagine
Yeah.
the Master Chief, like size people, and that's Scrombles just walking through the wasteland, and they're like, "Oh, this person's like 9 feet tall." That's a game I need to play. It's Halo.
They did the remaster.
Never played it. Never played a second of it. I saw some
They did the
cutscenes.
remaster. You should play all the Halos through on this because they're all couch co-op. They actually have co-op.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, all the Halos are designed for co-op.
I could set it up easily.
No, one is 2-player, and then 2, 3, 4, and all that shit. Dude, they're remastering them in order, I think. And yeah, you could play them co-op. They're all designed for co-op.
Yeah. Someone will have to be a controller, though.
You should both play controllers.
You think we should both play controllers?
That's how it was meant to be.
No, dude, it's great. That's what.
No,
those games are.
that is incorrect. That is where you're wrong. They built the game around running with a controller, but I know for a fact that it was not originally going to be on a controller.
Those guys just fucking knife fight sitting me. All right, let's try that.
Don't let anyone ever tell you a first-person shooter experience is only designed for a controller. They're fucking wrong. They will always be wrong. You will never be able to be as good as someone with a mouse and keyboard, ever.
Hang on 1 sec.
Is that so?
No. Actually, some people on controllers are just way too good.
Well, it's not
because
only
they
that,
have fucking
it's
cheats.
It's not. Yeah, it's not only that. It's a lot of controllers are designed to. They're designed for just like a shooter, or they're designed for just like a fighting game.
Remaster doesn't have co-op apparently.
Oh well, fuck that then.
All right, here we are.
Which ones have the co-op?
And done. So we're gonna heat action some children, and then we're gonna kill the fence they report to.
Halo, CE, and 2
Actually, you
are
know what?
2-player co-op.
Wait, actually, am I killing?
What is CE?
Tubs.
Oh,
Flick.
Combat Evolved. Halo Combat Evolved. That's the original version.
It's supposed to be a third-person game on a Mac. That makes sense.
Okay, I can trade with this guy. It's the other shopkeeper.
Look.
I need to go.
Yeah, Knife Fight City. Yes. No, listen.
Fuck.
You can't play a first-person shooter on a control or a keyboard and mouse and then go, yeah, a controller works just fine for this. You know what a controller works great for in a first-person shooter? No shit. Is for driving or flying. Anything to do with vehicles or subtle movement, it's perfect. But when you're playing a first-person shooter, I like to snap to my targets with my wrist. As father intended.
Scromble, commit police brutality.
What is he gonna beat? What are you doing?
Scromble, shoplift.
Scramble need money.
Scromble need thing in general.
More gold, your majesty.
And all the Halos in Master Chief Collection should have 4-player co-op. All should have. Okay.
What is this bullshit?
Cause yeah, dude, something like that would be sweet to play co-op, man.
Never played it. Never once.
Yeah.
That's why when people send me lore and pictures and stuff from it, I'm like, that would be like me sending you pictures of stuff from Unreal. Like, you get it, but you're also like,
Yeah,
oh, wait, why am I on this couch part? You guys never even been watching the game. We've just been sitting here full screen, or did that just now happen?
What? No, it's...
No, I'm talking about on the you didn't see it on the stream, but I must have switched over to the couch.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there hanging out.
Yeah. The whole time. No, you only just did that. Okay, cool. Oh, like you the whole time. No, I just never played it. It just never had an Xbox, and by the time it was available for PC, I was just like, yeah, I'm not really that. I wasn't that interested. Because I played a lot of Unreal, and it just looked like a floaty Unreal. Because Unreal was already pretty floaty. Those airspeed controls were tight. Oh, just haven't. Gotcha.
Why nothing here?
So what do you think?
Of what?
Halo co-op.
Well, the question is all right, I can do Halo co-op. I've beaten all of them, but I will tell you this much. There is one section, all the Halos, that I cannot beat on Legendary. And I beat them 1, 2, 3, and ODST on Legendary. And that last bit on ODST, where you have to drive the fucking Warthog and fight all those Banshees, I could never beat that on Legendary. But everything else I can.
Oh.
No, but that was back in the day. I am very much not good at this now.
So what do you do in Halo?
Well, your name is Johnny Halo, and you go around on this giant ring and you fight people. There's some monsters. You blow them up with rifles.
I
That's
remember
about
the
it.
ring because someone sent me a
There's
long lore.
a ring. There's a
yeah.
ring in a Halo, and yeah, there's actually a really decent amount of lore. The problem is the company changed hands, and then they just kind of washed it all down with crap. It happens every so often. Bungie was really good with making.
That's
lore.
the name. I was trying to think of who.
Yeah, Bungie Marathon had great lore, and Halo had great lore. And
Yeah.
some of their first books they did were actually really, really decent. And they had a good lore Bible for it, which is why the game was consistent until like 3, and then it was different. So, anyways.
Is it Mass Effect different?
Yep.
Oh. I see.
It's where you want to just start hearing different music play, and you're like, oh yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, I get you.
Oh, yeah, see,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
the car, and we can't fix it yet, I don't think.
Nathan Fillion is it? I don't know.
What about Nathan Fillion?
Nothing. I like him just fine.
Wait, he was in The Fire and the Fly, and then he did a thing where he sang along, and that was the thing. And
He was in a lot of stuff.
He was. I'm trying to think of all the other stuff he was in. He was in a few TV shows. Wasn't he in a Nash Bridges? Wasn't he in like the redo of Nash Bridges?
I have no idea.
Because they cast him in just all sorts of stuff. Like he did well.
Yeah, he was like, I like being in movies. Please put me in more. And they're
Yeah.
like, I don't know, Nathan.
I don't know. You see,
He only survived 13 episodes of Firefly. They'll never let him fucking forget that. No one will ever let him forget that. Like, oh, what happened to the other episodes? He's like, we made a movie.
Yeah, I mean, they ended it well with the movie. I don't think there was anything more that needed to be done.
I had zero expectations for that movie, and it was just good.
It was just good. It was really decent. I mean, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Castle. Oh, yeah, he's a lawyer or something. I never watched it. That's all I assume. Where do I find a full clip of Mike using the hot dog maker? That's an MRE stream. I think it's literally the last one. Yes. Are we telling these kids to go back inside?
I just broke his leg.
Ah, yes. Children are very fragile. The child isn't broken enough yet for you to steal from them. Break them more.
Destroy the child.
Corrupt them all.
Oh, God. Well, there's that. Good job, Goat. Line crossed.
He's not dead.
You just beat the child.
Yeah, just broke his leg.
Wow. For what, stealing?
Yeah.
All right, got it.
So
See, what did he
how do
steal?
you? So are there like dialogue options in Halo?
No.
Is it like an RPG?
No, it's like you let guns do talking, and there's some cutscenes.
Okay.
But they're not like Kojima cutscenes in that they have an ending and a point. They seek to actually convey you from. Well, the cutscenes in Halo seek to actually convey you from place to place,
Yeah.
right? Without loss of direction or
Okay.
understanding of what you're doing in a very short amount of time. Kojima's cutscenes are like art films that have been peripherally placed into the orbit of what's happening as an expression of what's happening.
You know what's great about most of the dialogue, most of the cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid and most Kojima games?
You could replace them with Simlish and they'd make just as much sense.
That, or do what I do, which is I just ignore them.
Well,
Yeah, like they'll be talking like, yeah, the DARPA, and I'm like, and then every time I play it, I always get like a new piece of information. The game still feels fresh because I'm like, oh yeah, I never saw this part because I always tune out.
If you replace the Kojima's dialogue in any of his games with Simlish, just from The Sims, it would make just as much sense.
It would actually make it funnier, especially with some of the actors just going like, Buddha, Badubuk,
You'd be like, why does this guy have a single action army?
Splish.
It's
No
yeah,
splish.
don't worry about it. It'd be great.
Yes.
Oh, I critically missed and lost my turn. Amazing.
Are you just beating children now?
Yeah, I'm preemptively beating these children.
You're preemptively beating the children.
I can't look. If I beat them, if they pickpocket me and then I beat them, I lose my shit.
I see. I see.
So he's gonna break their fucking legs to avoid this situation. See, he's thinking ahead. 40 chests right here. That kid dodged your shit.
Yeah,
This kid's fucking fast.
they
Who
are.
let
Look how many attacks they get per
You
turn.
fucking curfew time. Start him to stomp. Yeah, go home. Run away. Curfew was 5 minutes ago.
you're like nap time is now. Go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? I'll show them kids what's up as they drag their limp legs across the ground.
Yeah.
That'll show them. Jesus, that's horrible. I remember when games were tough.
They were hard.
Man, if I grew up, well, that's the thing, is growing up with games like this made you really realize that the world out there is pretty tough. You're like, what's to stop someone from doing this? And you realize not much.
No. It wouldn't take much either.
No.
So right now, Scrombles 2 is actually trying to...
Scramble 2 by combat. Fuck you. Fuck you. $2,000 for fucking Psycho. What is this shit?
That is outrageous. I'll make my own in New Reno. I'll go to Little Jesus Mordino, and I will go to that man. I will get me some.
I like how you're like, all right, well, I'll just steal it from you. Walks right behind him and puts his hands over around
Yeah,
his
in the
side.
drawer.
He's just opening drawers, and the guy's like, there's nothing in there. I don't store jet in my open... This is a narcotic. I'm not stupid, sir.
Fuck, where is this merchandise?
I have a pharmacy somewhere.
Don't worry about it. You're going to find it real quick because you're going to clamp everything that isn't money-shaped. You're just going to walk around and, like, swing a lead pipe until you hear jangling, and then you're going to keep swinging until it's on the floor. That's your principle now.
Yeah.
All right, I have an idea for how to wipe out the gangsters at the church. And it's you go to Mom's Diner.
Yeah, in the European version, they removed all the kids.
Yeah, so they're invisible and they just rob you.
Yep. Not in America.
Try to fucking shake me down.
Ow. He's like, I don't see too well anymore.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna die here.
You just watch these guys just unload on you.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I think
you-
that's enough for now, though. If I die here,
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. We learned, and we saved.
Bypassing your armor, the blow knocks you off your feet.
Yep.
Oh, man. It's scrombulations. It's trials and scrombulations.
all right.
You have died. No, don't hit that. No.
No.
Look at this beautiful screen.
It is
Wow.
a beautiful screen.
It's stretched out to fit this giant, huge thing.
I
that
saw
we're
a guy
watching.
who did really good power armor, by the way. He was a modeler, and he made power armor like Enclave power armor you could wear. And it was funny because he was walking around a convention, and he had a two-headed eagle. And so he had the voice changer, and he'd like point at people, and he's like, do you love America? Like he was doing the
The Dornan.
yeah,
Sergeant Dornan thing.
yeah, it was fucking great. I was like, yes, that's what you need. Classic memes.
I've never.
Who the fuck is? I should kick your ass. Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. It's great.
Hey, no problem, Dorn. I'm glad that you're enjoying it all the way out there in Aussie land.
Australia.
We here in America have a saying. It's too fucking hot in Australia, but we are glad that you
Did you know
choose to fight the good heat.
he has to wrestle emus every day?
Yeah, man.
I forget
You
who.
gotta throw boomerangs at him.
My mom actually said that she was going on a cruise, and she offered me to go to Australia on said cruise. And I had to turn her down, not because I don't want to visit Australia. I do.
You'd fall off the earth.
I just don't want to go on a cruise. ever.
No, because that's how I remember when COVID started, and they're like, people are getting sick on boats, and I'm like, yeah, that's what they get.
I'm like,
Well,
they're
you
like,
know where
oh
the
no,
word-
it was started somewhere in Asia. I'm like, no, it was on a fucking cruise ship.
It's got to be. Cruise ships are some of the grossest things in the world.
Yeah.
Well, you know where the word quarantine comes from, right?
Yeah,
And during the Black Plague,
Yeah, well,
Italian city-states made ships stay for 40 days on the ship before they could come
So
into
let me
dock.
tell you about cruise ships. I went on a cruise ship once. There are germs on that thing the size of fucking turtles. Pass.
Yeah,
Pass.
we don't want that.
No.
But
By
but
the way,
Australia, it would be fun.
So Diggs keeps saying, yeah, they're giving away keys.
No.
No.
Close the game. You can
No. Close the game now. Yeah, you thought it was funny until it goes to
Jeff Bezos,
please let us play the game. God, it is so fucking sad having to sing over that. Just
It's funny because Twitch isn't the one that dings us for it. It's actually YouTube.
Oh.
yeah. Well, that's the thing is YouTube's a shitty medium. That's why anyone who gives a shit about
Louis Armstrong died like a million years ago.
yeah, they don't give a shit. They're like time to just make some money. So yeah,
We need to exploit black people for money.
yeah. That is pretty much the record industry. I mean, you basically describe Motown code.
Yeah.
Like the principle of Motown is that sentence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at any rate, now that we're on an happy ending on musical history, yes, they're doing a key giveaway over on the BPL to try to get rid of the 1,800,000 keys. And the other thing is, Mike, what next? What next on Courtesy Flush? Let people know what you got coming down the pipeline.
Homeworld on
Friday.
Yeah, it's usually around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Tex, which is where we are. Eastern Standard Tex.
In the text of the Easter.
On Saturday we
Eastern
have
Tex.
Diggs and Hatt as we play through Baldur's Gate.
Where are you in Baldur's Gate? Are you having fun in Baldur's Gate?
You know we're not in the fucking city because they won't let us in the fucking city.
Why would that happen?
Oh, I don't know. They decided to put this giant forest filled with fuck you spiders. That's what they did.
Fuck you. That sounds crazy.
It'll like, oh yeah, let's take a few steps in.
That
You're in web.
sounds
Oh, you're in web.
crazy.
Maybe you need to turn the difficulty down because this game may be just a little too hard.
No, it's
for
not.
you.
That is older editions in D&D are a little bit tough, and you have those people there to help you, Mike.
Yeah, we're doing great.
You guys are having. I hear nothing but joyous shouting when you play it.
I'm having a great time.
I hear shouting, joyous
I'm having
shouting.
amazing
it's so
time.
good.
You don't know. You don't understand. Like I love it when we destroy one of the big bad evil plot devices, and they're like, "Well, hold the phone. Hold on. You can't just skip through all of the content we made because we want you to go through a maze of bullshit. No. You can't just go and fight." I'm like, I want to go punch the big armor guy. All right.
Yeah, but I know also in that game when you get a negative crit hit on you in Baldur's Gate, you just explode. It's fucking hilarious. So you'll be sitting there with your wizard. You'll be sitting there with your wizard or whatever playing Baldur's Gate, and you're like, finally a match for my spells, and then you just explode into giblets, and it's like you lose.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with magic. Hope you save.
I'm like, here, let me cast a healing spell. A cow lands on you and casts a nuclear spell on everything around us. And it's fun. I actually thoroughly enjoy that part of the game. What I don't like is just being stuck with the webs. Because when they cast that on the ground, it's like a huge area and you can't move through it.
Oh yeah, no, it's fuck you shit. It's definitely the same you'll find the same sort of stuff in like Temple of Elemental Evil. And it's absolutely all over the place in Neverwinter Nights 1. Neverwinter Nights 1 has whole rooms where it's just like, you can't move. Oh, you have a movement-based guy? Fuck you. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, we need it. Mainly what you need is just ranged, but it's a time waster. It's part of the game.
It's fun.
This is the Arcanum part of the game where there's a certain like time waster element where I'm like,
well, yeah, it's a time sink. That's how they do those old games. Is it's just how do we make it? We make it devilishly difficult.
Delightfully devilish.
Yes.
Seymour.
yeah.
Oh yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be back again on Friday with Homeworld, but next week we will return with another Wednesday stream.
Yeah, if you guys want to go check out WBPL, they're on live now. If not, we'll see you guys next time wherever we are.
Yeah. Next Wednesday will be MRE.
MRE. Mike's going to build a Wheel of Sin. It's going to have all the MREs on it.
Yes, it will.
Eventually we'll have that, but next week we'll have an MRE. But until then, the Wheel of Sin.
There
Think
will be
about it.
quite a lot of sin going on.
We're gonna
here.
see some wheels over here in the courtesy flush in the future.
Wheels of Sin.
All right, here we go.
Crossfire.
That's not what I meant. to hit.
Crossfire.
Crossfire.
Not that one.
No.
No more whammies.
All my labels got removed. How about this one?
There we go.
The music. It's back.
Loud.
Have a good night.